Congratulations. You are fully dilated to 10 centimeters. You may now give birth.
Egotastic FunTime.
Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking The Orville on Egotastic FunTime. Today we're going to have a great time talking about the upcoming season of The Orville, episode 4, which I'm currently referring to with a working title that I came up with called Somebody Pregnant. That's right, I don't know who, but apparently in the episode Somebody Pregnant, there is a character on the show who is pregnant. Now before I get into everything, let me show you how I know that somebody has a bun knocked up in the Duff oven in this episode.
When it comes to 20-year-old Andrea Leonard, you are the
Now that filming for the first 6 episodes of Season 2 has officially wrapped, the names and roles of certain ancillary characters are starting to make their way onto the Orville's IMDb page. Now, FYI, no important roles or cameos or anything jaw-dropping will be showing up on the IMDb page until Season 2 starts to air. And that's fine with me. Seth MacFarlane, the cast and crew want there to be lots of surprises for viewers who love the show, and I think that's great. I mean, if I find anything out, though, I'm going to tell you about it, but I love surprises. Now, I will have lots of official news to report about the Orville for the rest of the year because that's one of the reasons I make Talking the Orville. The main reason I make this show is to provide a place for all of us to talk about stuff, crack wise, and hopefully provide entertainment to you guys with my shenanigans. Sometimes I am privy to the occasional inside information about the Orville, or I'm able to put 2 and 2 together about something that I find online, but otherwise I'm here to have an egotastic fun time. But I do have to say, I know for a fact that a gentle hammer has been brought down on the Orville cast and what behind the scenes stuff they're allowed to share online. And I hate to say it, but I think this show is probably a big reason for that. I'm like a social media Columbo, you guys. Wait, that's a really old reference. I'm like a social media Dixon Hill, you guys know. Even with this audience, that's a pretty old reference. Why am I so old? What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, somebody pregnant! If you look at Season 2, Episode 4 of The Orville on IMDb, we have a slew of new roles added to the cast for that episode, including Brandon Young, who plays obstetrician number 2. That's a baby doctor, in case you guys didn't know. That's what Dr. Huxtable was on The Cosby Show. No, that's probably a bad reference.
Felony aggravated indecent assault in the case of Andrea Constant as victim. The jury deliberated for less than 2 days.
Why don't you give the chicken to these people that's going up and have some sauce?
So who's pregnant? I mean, lots of people were getting freaky last season, if you guys recall. Ed got down pretty hard with Charlize Theron in episode 5. I mean, he made himself vulnerable in that Sappy Hollow program, which apparently makes girls ready for sexy time. He also briefly got jiggy with Kelly in the end. The end of the season, not literally in the end, perverts. Besides, you can't get pregnant by doing it that way. Or can you?
Okay, I'm confused. Do you want to bang Derulio?
Bang, be banged. Why are you so hung up on labels, man?
Bortus laid an egg last season. Could Topa have a new baby brother or sister? Well, brother in the upcoming season? I'm pretty sure Yaphet and Claire weren't using protection when they hooked up. Of course, Yaphet could be made out of spermicidal petroleum jelly. I really don't see this as a possibility, but John was knocking boots last season as well. And I only mention that because I'll look for any reason to see Ensign Turco's ample nacelles again. Some of you have mentioned that perhaps Alara gets pregnant. Now, if Halston is even temporarily taking leave from the show, which is still not confirmed, by the way, okay, you guys? But her getting pregnant and then wanting to go back home to Celea so that her unborn child can gestate in a high-gravity environment, that would make sense. In episode 2 of the new season, called Home, Robert Picardo does return to play Alara's father, Ildis Catan. But I'm going to rule all of that out because I just hate the idea of Alara leaving because she gets pregnant. That's just way too soap opera for my taste, and unbecoming of all the amazing writing we've had so far on the show. Check check this out. Here's a behind-the-scenes picture posted by the Orville director John Kasser from an earlier episode in the season. Here we see Ed, Kelly, Alara, and one other person, possibly Tala, but more than likely Dr. Finn, in sickbay looking at a monitor for some reason. Now, what the hell are they looking at? It looks like it could possibly be an ultrasound, but no matter what they're looking at, this is from one of the earlier episodes in this season. They could be looking at Alara's deteriorating cells from being away from a high-gravity environment for so long. What is it? A little FYI about this episode. According to IMDb, it was written by Seth MacFarlane and is directed by Robert Duncan McNeil, aka Tom Paris. Now, Robert was the one who directed the episode shot at CSUN, so expect to see Jessica Zor as Tala with the rest of the away team at what I'm now assuming is a Regorian city or settlement or something like that. Another option is that some one-off character from the episode is pregnant. I mean, it could be the character played by Jennifer Landon called Eukania. She's a pretty lady with a pretty name and really the only character listed with a first name, so she must be important to the storyline. She could be pregnant. There's also a Camp Guard #1 character and a military officer character. Is Eukania in some sort of camp, and is she pregnant? But with whose baby? With security guards and camp guards being in this episode, I'm guessing we have a situation where the crew has to escape with Eukania from the camp. That's just how TV works, you guys. If you have a camp and you have a security guards and you have camp guards, it's a sci-fi show. You have to escape from the camp. That's just what we do. But if Eukania is the one who's pregnant, why do we care? Is this some sort of peacekeeping baby? Like Eukania comes from people who's at war with another people and she falls in love with someone from the other people and his baby batter takes root in her romper room and they're in love, so her uterus becomes their uterus because they caught feelings for each other. You know, kind of like that episode of TNG where that Han Solo guy was trying to reunite those two ding-dongs from warring planets so they could bring peace to the galactic Middle East.
Initiative on the ship is no laughing matter.
You will come with me now!
And he's being hunted by enemies who could trigger a war.
They're threatening to attack the Enterprise.
On Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today, and I talked about it. How about you? Who do you think is pregnant in Season 2, Episode 4 of The Orville? Somebody pregnant. You can let me know by joining the conversation below. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my stupid show. It really does mean the world to me. And if you'd like to come fill my warm oven with your love, head over to egotasticfuntime.com for more egotastic awesomeness. I'd also really appreciate it if you consider clicking on the Patreon link in the description below and make a pledge to help these episodes keep coming for the rest of the year. It's a long wait until Season 2 of The Orville, you guys. I'll see you very soon, and as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Love you, bye-bye. Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give him all your 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 money.